I can't believe it's been 10 years since the launch of the first LT, the 675. I'm Jamie Corstorphine, and I'm Director of Product Planning at McLaren Automotive. I wrote the original briefing document for what was codenamed the P11R. The development program lasted about 2 years, and I remember we knew we'd created something special. Every time we drove the latest prototypes, the schedule always went out the window, because we'd stay out for an extra lap or go for one more run on our favourite road. It was also an incredibly significant car for the company as a whole. I remember when we launched the 12C back in 2011, we were accused of building supercars that were fast and capable, but maybe lacking in character. But the 675 LT changed all that. And what we learnt from the LT fed into all our future models. It gave us momentum and kind of crystallised what a McLaren should be. The 600 LT came 3 years later, and it posed a real challenge. Without the same power, without the proactive chassis control or the active aero, we had to really think again how to distill that McLaren experience. In the end, we made the 600 LT all about agility. We gave it a sharper turn and we dialed up the rear grip to create a car that's predictable and really explosive. And then, of course, there are those top exit exhausts. I remember the first time we started testing at night, and these videos came back to the office from the test team in Spain, showing the flames spitting out the back. But from an engineering perspective, those short exhausts also saved about 12 kilos in weight. So they were a real win-win. Like the 675, the 600 LT also had an impact on the wider range. And the front suspension design actually reappeared 3 years later in the Artura. So the LT program again showed us the way. By the time we came to the 765 LT in 2020, I think we definitely understood what an LT should be, but it wasn't just a case of rolling out the same formula. One of the trickiest things was saving weight, because the 720 was already a light car at around 1,400 kilos. So we had to chase every gram, using thinner glass, fitting titanium wheel bolts, and even replacing the door stowage with elastic nets, which saved something like 800 grams. In the end, our target was saving 65 kilos, and the 765 ended up 80 kilos lighter than the 720. So the team did a great job, and the 765 LT was about as extreme as we could make it, and it's really intense to drive. Yet even an LT that extreme had an impact on our other models. The recently launched 750S was directly influenced by the 765 LT. The shorter gearing, the wider front track. We took a lot of elements developed for the LT, and in the 750S, created a car that's as exciting and rewarding, but also more rounded and more usable every day. I'm incredibly proud of our LT cars. They've developed a strong following, and LT owners are amongst our most committed and supportive customers who use their cars exactly as we intended on road and track. To me, our LT models represent McLaren undiluted, light, fast, and unforgettable to drive.